let's talk about the expensive self-care trend playing out in the zeitgeist. Because though this all does interest me, as the top article on the Money with Katie blog this year is one I wrote in 2021 called High Maintenance is Expensive: How I Cut $320 a Month in Girly Expenses. The post is an exploration of the ways in which women are pressured to spend time and money on their appearance, and I think many of us have recognized that trend and collectively acknowledged that it's problematic for women to feel they have to spend money to look conventionally feminine or acceptable, even if we still do it. But there's a new trend, one that is arguably more insidious because it pretends to be something it's not. Maybe you've seen it online, the clean girl or that girl aesthetic of self-care thing. It's really the same glamorization of expensive high-maintenance habits, but with the purported benefit of being good for you. Need I mention Goop again? If you make your way in a certain fragment of the TikTok algorithm, you may find yourself stumbling through a dizzying array of videos that all sort of look the same. You know the kind? They all have that like twinkly, soothing background music, and they feature a usually white, usually thin, usually long-haired, conventionally attractive woman pretending to not notice the iPhone that's stationed in the corner on a tripod, documenting her morning routine, her nighttime routine, her skincare routine, her routine. And these self-care regimens often involve some combination of extensive, expensive lotion lineups, elaborate smoothie recipes, gratitude lists, and this clean, minimalist, neutrally chic domestic environment that subtly implies mental health issues are something you can buy your way out of. And not with also expensive science-backed therapy, but with a Restoration Hardware $10,000 beige sectional and a sea salt body scrub. A breakdown called That Girl, Wellness Shouldn't Be Work, which reiterates the fact that the sheer amount of wealth and time required to recreate the surroundings and the products in these videos highlights how, quote, becoming that girl is really only possible if you're starting from a place of privilege, end quote. Now, I was terrified to screw up my own TikTok algorithm of unhinged niche sketch comedy and cat videos, but for the sake of market research, I searched the hashtag self-care. The top video, with 1.3 million likes, includes, but is not limited to, multiple cabinets full of expensive serums, jars, and sprays, a hair care routine that involved no fewer than 7 products, pointy almond-shaped acrylic nails, eyelash extensions, an LED teeth whitening kit, a drawer of Chanel and Dior makeup, face cupping, ? Infrared gua sha, and a massive waterfall shower. It is safe to say there were many, many thousands of dollars invested in that woman's self-care routine. And of course, the first pinned comment stated, everything on her Amazon storefront in her bio. The implicit suggestion is that these are purchase recommendations. Most of these Amazon storefronts feature kickback-style commissions for the content creator, which, okay, fair, it is a job, but it's important to remember as the consumer, and I think most internet-savvy people probably realize by now, that someone will be paid if you purchase one of these products, and whether the product works or doesn't work doesn't really matter. Now, it's very obvious in the video that this woman is rich. In another video, she casually swipes a 24-inch LED touchscreen on her refrigerator. This is clearly another ridiculous example of the trend, unintentional satire even, but there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of videos pretty much exactly like this one. And the wellness industry, or the self-care industrial complex, which I think is a far more fun way to describe it, was worth an estimated $238 billion in the US in 2022 and is growing at a compound annual growth rate of 10%. So people be spending some money.